Alrighty guys, in today's video we're going to be looking at the spacing feature found within FlexiPRINT. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Now if I go back in the program here, now, like with the align tool, the spacing, we're going to be having a few different variations we can choose from. Now, a lot of times you might want to combine these, so you might align it to a certain point and then have equal spacing depending on what you're going for. So now, what I'm going to do is just select these shapes. Now, there's two main alignment options we have. Spacing options, but they both fall under the same feature. So in order to open the feature, I'm going to go here to our main menu on top. Then we go to arrange, and then we want to go down, navigate down to spacing. Now if we had to go to the far right, we can see here the shortcut for this is J. So I'm going to just go ahead and quickly use that. So with everything selected, press J, and then there it will open our spacing feature here on our design central panel. Now on top here, we've got the actual spacing that we're looking for, the distance. Then we have under that we've got the horizontal and vertical spacing, and then we have also end to beginning, and then we have the beginning to end. So in general, you'll probably use this one, the first one, because it's more consistent. So what that will do is the space between this shape and that shape will be consistent, and in same way with the next side, that side and that side. If we had to change it to this one, then it will choose from the beginning of your shape, the spacing to basically the beginning of the next shape. So if you all have all your shapes are exactly the same size, you won't really notice much of a difference. But if they are differently sized like this, you will notice. So let's just have a quick preview here, and we can see what's currently happening. So as you can see, this shape now, the spacing here, it's going to be 2.3 something. Then same between these two shapes and these two. Now if I just switch this to the next one, we'll see now suddenly we get quite a different result. So if I had to change these values, we'll see it's no equal spacing over here. It's kind of because it's reading it from one side of object to the beginning of another object. That's where it gets confusing. So I'm going to switch this one back to the default. And then we've got a little option here at the bottom called distribute. Now what this is going to do when it's off, it is going to distribute it around the selected or the furthest away object, or the object that's number one on the cutting list. So as you can see, as the blue one here, so if I had to increase and decrease it, it will set it around this point. So this is great if you want to have an origin point and you want to set the spacing around that. Then you'll leave distribute off. Where if you had to put distribute on, now what's going to do is going to go on furthest left, and it's going to distribute it according to that. So this can be more convenient if you're working with that workflow, but also another place where this will come in convenient. Let's say I'm going to cancel this. Let's make this object maybe our furthest back one. Change its color so we just know which one we're working around. Now let's say we want to space our objects to the right of this. I'm just going to hit J to open our feature. So now if I had to leave that off and I space it to the right, we can see we're getting nice equal spacing here between all of these. But now let's say I wanted to take these objects, space them to the left. So I'm going to go to a negative value. So we're going to go until it goes to the negative. And now suddenly you will see our spacing is no longer working correctly, because this object's here and this one is inside of it and so forth. So if I hit enter or say okay here, you'll see we've got a weird spacing, and that is where the distribute will come in handy. So I'm going to hit J, we're going to do the same thing, distribute, and now I'm going to go to a negative value. And now you will see once we hit past a certain point, wait, that was a bit fast, let's pull it back. We're going to get equal spacing in a negative value as well, which can be handy, because sometimes, because on the horizontals it doesn't always make that much sense. But let's say we've got all these shapes, we go align, I'm going to align them all to the center, And now let's say we want to take these shapes and align them to the top or the bottom. You see, then it becomes interesting, because then if we go to spacing, now if we have distribute on, we can get a nice equal spacing. Let's first set it to horizontal, vertical. We can get equal spacing on the top, or we can get equal spacing if we go to a negative at the bottom. Let's go a bit, so we're going to want to jump. There we go. Does that where it helps you, so in case you're going for a long time, it'll speed up the process. Now we can see if we scroll down here, we can get equal spacing to both directions. But yeah, otherwise that is it on the spacing. So just quick recap. So we can set the actual distance on this first little tab between these shapes. We can affect whether it's on a horizontal or vertical line, and then we can choose how does it get affected from the beginning of a shape to the end, or so forth. And then we can choose if we want to distribute it around everything, or distribute it around a selected object. Then we can say, we can hit the X if we don't like it, or just simply click the yes, and then it will distribute or do the spacing for us. But yeah, otherwise that is it on our spacing. In the meanwhile though, if we head here to softwaretraining.co.za, you guys will notice we've got a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can also isolate your search on the top right. If you do not, however, find the training videos you're looking for, just simply go here, request a training video, fill in the mini form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.